Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the video. My name is Brian, and today I want to talk about my biggest fear in my upcoming retirement. Now, for those of you that don't know, I will be retiring within the next 2 years, and I'm not going to talk about money. I think everybody going into retirement is concerned about money, but that's not my biggest fear. My biggest fear, I'm going to break down physically and mentally. Physically, my biggest fear is that I will not be able to do certain things. Right now I appear to be in good physical health. I'm still working 70 to 80 hours a week plus my ministry, but who knows what happens in the future. When I retire from my full-time job, I do plan on keeping my part-time job, which requires a lot of standing and walking on that job. In addition to that, I'm going to replace my full-time job with what I call a project house. I plan on buying a little house that's really beat up and just spending a year in there, fixing it up and turning it into a rental. That sounds like fun to me. And I plan on filming it, editing the videos, and uploading it to a channel that is yet to be started. That's the plan. Now, will I physically be able to do it? And I went through trying to think of things that I would have a hard time doing, like hanging kitchen cabinets. I can do that now, but it ain't easy with one person. Being down on my knees doing linoleum or tile. I have a hard time doing that right now. So my fear is that physically I won't be able to do the things that I wanted to do. And lastly, I have started an exercise regimen about a year or so ago, and I thought that the more I did it, the easier it would become. I think when you get to a certain age, I think the body degenerates faster than you can keep it from degenerating. So my fear is that I won't be able to keep up my exercise regimen after I retire. That concerns me. Well, that's pretty much the things that I'm afraid of physically. Now mentally, let's talk about the things I'm afraid of mentally. I want to, as I look at my mom, who is now in her 80s, she is incapable of handling her own finances. She's incapable of getting around physically. She has issues. So my biggest fear mentally is, as an example, doing these videos. Will I still have the mental capability to be able to put together these videos? And when I do my project house, to film them and edit them. I hope so. I do right now, but who knows in the future. And lastly, mentally, I also am a Christian and I read my Bible every day. And my concern is, will I still be able to not just read it, but understand it and draw lessons from what I'm reading? I don't want to just read it to be reading it. I want it to learn and to understand God's Word. And it's an interesting thing that I have learned. I used to teach Bible study classes. Pardon me. And the interesting thing is, no matter how many times you read God's Word, there's always more meaning in there for you. Pardon me. So my fear is that mentally I will not be able to understand and digest God's Word the way that I am able to now. Well, those are my biggest fears, both physically and mentally, as I prepare for retirement. The only thing that I know to do to combat those is just to continue to discipline my mind and my body and exercise my mind and my body on a regular basis, so that when retirement comes, that'll just be a continuation of my regimen instead of trying to completely redo something. Well, there you have it. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Well, you guys have a great day, a great week, and happy investing and preparing for retirement.